Okay, good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, February 10th at about 10:35. This is the House Republican Caucus. Just a few things. Representative Higley and I were in leadership meeting this morning. This, once again, is going to be a light week. There are 2 to 3 bills that will come up on the floor this week. She had a couple of reminders. Tomorrow night is Farmers Night, as you're all aware, but the Vermont Symphony Orchestra are the ones that are actually going to be entertaining us tomorrow evening at Farmers Night. So please don't dawdle when we adjourn tomorrow afternoon. As you know, she's going to start right at 3:30, but they need the few hours for them to bring in all their equipment and chairs and whatnot to set up for the VSO that night. Additionally, the Vermont Symphony Orchestra, a few pieces, members will be doing the devotional on Wednesday afternoon as well. So that should be pretty cool. And then a reminder that the Page's last day is this Friday. Incredibly, they've been here and we've been here for 6 weeks. So please try to be on time on the floor Friday at 9:30 so that we can give a proper send-off to them. Once again, some decorum issues on the floor. When we have roll call votes and you vote yes or no, and you say while you're voting, and I would like to explain my vote, when the speaker calls on you and you stand up, you simply need to explain your vote. You don't need to ask again if you can explain your vote because you've already asked to explain your vote when you voted. So it's just kind of redundant. So please take that into consideration when vote explanations are happening. If you did not say you want to explain your vote and you decide while the voting is taking place that you want to, the speaker will call on everyone, because she has a list. She will call on everyone during the vote that asked for a vote explanation. And then you can stand, and then that's when you ask the speaker, may I explain my vote? And she will allow you, and then you can explain. Okay? Okay. House education this week, and maybe part of next week, is going to be discussing a map. And so next week, I think they're going to be setting up small groups in rooms up in the mezzanine for those that are, the GovOps is up there, and education down the hallway. There's a couple of little rooms there, probably set up with Representative Conlon and possibly Representative Taylor may be involved in that. So the map is available. It's available on the Education Committee's website. Take a look at it. And if you have any concerns about how the map is laid out, that's your time to go and talk to Representative Conlon. And that will, I believe, be next week. So just take a look at that map. And if you have questions on your particular district as laid out, or towns where they are, and if you agree or disagree, that's your time to make that known. And that will be, I'm sure there'll be an email to that effect, when the times are. If you sign up, I'm not sure if it's just an hour block of time and you go and say your piece. And it's the first draft. I want to just make everybody aware they're kind of like dotted lines. This isn't anything set in stone yet. So that's the reason, to get as much input as possible on how the map is currently laid out. I'm just giving you a heads up for next week. So next Thursday, February 19th, we are going to gavel in at 9:45. And then gavel back out and have the 10:30 a.m. vote for the tag and for the Vermont State College trustees. So I know that Republican Rep Kosenska has put his name in for that. And I've also heard Representative Turkey may have as well. So those two I'm aware of.
Hannah Brown.
Oh, and Representative. So those are the, say this again?
2 seats available?
2 seats available, 3 so far are on the ballot, so to be discussed. That's all I have. Is there any? Okay. So of the 2 or 3 bills that are supposed to be coming up this week, is anybody aware of what they are, if they're coming out of your committee, or if you'd like to discuss those? Otherwise, I don't really have much of anything. I know there's a storm brewing this afternoon, I guess, that some of you are going to be taking off a little bit earlier just to get ahead of it. So any
If you're a Northeast Kingdom, Lyndonville, Caledonia County rep, we're to take a testimony at 3 o'clock related to the sale of the Caledonia State Airport. Potential sale of Caledonia State Airport.
But we got joint resolution.
Oh, yeah, I was going to call on Bosch for that.
I don't want to see those thunder.
Okay,
Shall I?
yeah.
Yes, we took action this morning on Joint Resolution 37 about gender equality for the Olympics, because we have a world-class Nordic combined athlete in Vermont, Tara Garrity Moats, who was unable to compete because they do not offer that to women. So she is competing to meet her Olympic dreams as a biathlete. The essence of the resolution is to urge the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, only to introduce new Olympic sports, not specifying summer or winter, but to include them both, that practice gender equality, and be it further that we send that to the IOC and various other agencies who have some weight in it. The point being that if women are doing it, and women have been doing Nordic combined, which is cross-country skiing and ski jumping, they've been doing it for decades, and they should have the same opportunity to perform on that same stage, if you will, as men do. And the same is true with other sports that both genders do. They should both be given that opportunity to perform internationally at the highest levels representing their country. And our vote was 10-0-1.
Okay, and my understanding is it will be on notice tomorrow.
It should be notice calendar tomorrow and actually
Vote on Thursday. Representative Steady.
An update, H.594 has changed directions. Today we have our first markup on 260766. Instead of H.594, we're moving in this direction. The committee is moving in and act relating to establishing the Vermont Homeless Emergency Assistant and Responsive Transition Housing Program in the Office of Economic Opportunity, and this is the new direction from H.594.
Can you give me that draft number again, please, Brenda?
Ready?
Yep.
260766, and this is the first markup today, so I can't tell you much about it.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know anything about it.
so you're taking testimony on that today?
It just, no, it says markup already. So,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
I just wanted to-
Tomorrow, second reading H.566 regarding sealing and expungement. Basically, the short of it is we are getting away from expungement in its entirety and going straight to a sealing system. That'll be coming up tomorrow because I won't be around. Penny will be delivering that on the floor.
And you're in favor, that passed out pretty unanimously?
Yeah, unanimous.
Okay. I think it took a drive-by through approach or Ways and Means. Did it? Or no? No? Okay.
I thought we voted on something.
It is not.
We did, but it still contains some expungement language.
So
So that was Act 60.
That's criminal stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's.
So
it's
this
gonna
is
be
H566.
5.
Okay, so we sent that to Ways and Means
Oh, you
today,
did?
so it has to
Oh.
come back on, once they finish with it, it will come back on notice. It'll be on the notice calendar again
Oh,
before we, so we'll have another day once it notices. So
okay.
if you're not here tomorrow,
No, I'm kidding. I was
Okay.
just trying to panic. Ken.
How that works.
You had to look, don't worry.
Just for a little clarification on the question that Brenda had, we did do some changing things from expungement to sealing last year, which was criminal charges. And this bill deals with mainly with diversion cases where right now diversion cases get expunged. And that's going to be changed to sealing and the difference with expungement, the records are gone. And they can't be, they're just gone, so you can't do anything with them. With sealing, they're sealed and for future law enforcement issues, they can be opened back up. They can be, the information in them can be used for like the crime research. And so we know exactly what maybe recidivism rates are, you know, if there's trend toward this type of crime or that type of crime. And that way programs can be geared to take care of issues as they come up. The way it is now, or it's a lot better since last year. We have that information to use and to make just make things better.
Yeah, you'll be able to diagnose the effectiveness a lot better.
Yeah.
Because the stats are there. And it also creates the ability for pre-charge diversion, some oversight over that, because we're starting some pre-charge diversion programs in Burlington. Is going to be a pilot for like the next year where it's just city ordinance violation stuff that's not in criminal statute, where they'll be able to send people to this pre-charge thing. And see how that goes.
okay,
So if I'm understanding, so the seal, so let's say you had a charge 15 years ago. So with the seal, does that mean they go to a job and is it sealed? It won't show up.
Yeah, well, one reason for sealing, I mean, again, expungement is gone, so you have no issues. The
Right.
sealing, like maybe they ask you if you have criminal charges for housing, for a job, for going to school, that type of thing. You can say you don't have any charges with it being
Yeah.
sealed. And the main thing a big thing that it does, not necessarily the main thing that it does, is if people reoffend, these charges can be brought forward and used against them, basically.
As a second offense, it's a predicate offense.
Right.
So the first one, it might, even though it's sealed, and you get charged again, it won't be your first offense. So be able to use that as a predicate offense.
So does somebody have to ask for it to be sealed?
It's automatic after 2 years. Out of diversion, yeah, but you have to
Not
complete.
diversion, but the other from last year.
I don't remember either.
I think you have to
Automatic.
request
I
it.
think you have to just ask and it's
You
simple.
have to ask to have it sealed.
Right.
Yes, you do have to ask, and a judge can refuse it.
Yeah, a judge can.
A judge can refuse it to be sealed.
Oh, so you do have to request a seal.
The last year's.
Last year, I'm still on last year.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, it's a much better, instead of having to do 2 different things in the court building, it's
No,
gonna
that
be
makes sense.
all one, so it's sort of a
I didn't quite
consolidation as well.
understand. Okay, thank you.
Oh, Chris.
Representative Howland.
House Energy will be voting out this afternoon, H 527, which is an act relating to the extending of sunset of 30 VSA 248A. That's, if we, anyways, we're voting it out. That's coming up. They'll make their final presentation prior to the vote. And then tomorrow, we're voting out a committee bill that has to do with telecommunications, no longer using copper conductors for telephone service, converting to fiber optics, and the need that if you're on a fiber connection with your telephone, you need battery backup for your phone to work when the power's.
Anyone else? Anybody have questions on that? Those bills, I should say. No? Anything else? Nope. Okay. You can take us offline, Nigel.